Toowiimii!
What's going on, guys? I'm Toowiimii, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 Doom Raiders. So if you don't know, in Skylanders Trap Team, there are a group of 10 different villains called the Doom Raiders. And today we're going to be discussing which ones I like and which ones I do not like. This list will be based on their design and their abilities and just overall how much I like them. It's not on any specific detail, it's just general. This video was actually requested by one of my members, Skylanders Gamer TV. Thank you for requesting this video. If you guys become a Psyduck God tier member, then you get to force me to make any video of your wishes, and this is what Skylanders Gamer TV chose. So yeah, let's get into this. Alright. Number 10.
The Gulper.
Alright, for number 10, this is going to the Gulper. I am sorry, but he is just bad compared to all of the other ones. Again, he is the first Doom Raider that you come across in all of Skylanders Trap Team, so I don't expect him to be like a god tier villain right out of the box, but you know, he's still not great at all. So first off, you guys know I hate slow characters, and you can't get much slower than an actual slug. And then even that, all of his attacks are very slow, so his first attack is just stabbing. And that's another thing about all of his attacks, is they don't have a big radius or range. So like his first attack where he's just stabbing, he can only hit one person at a time with that. It's not a big radius at all. And then his second attack where he eats people, you could technically say that has a bigger range or radius, but I really don't think it does. It's still mainly just one person. And then his third attack takes way too long to charge up. It's like a little speed boost, I want to say. It also doesn't last as long as you would think. Like, I would think he would slime like way further, but he only goes like a little bit. And then along with his design, I'm just not a big fan of it. Like, some of these villains that we're gonna go over, I look at them and I'm like, wow, that guy is amazing. I want him fighting by my side. And then there's the Gulper and I'm like, I'm just gonna put him in a box in the corner and forget about him. But yeah, so that's the Gulper. Let's move on. Number 9.
Dreamcatcher.
Alright, for number 9, I gotta give this one to Dreamcatcher. I'm sure some of you guys really like her, but there's a reason that she didn't get a figure in Imaginators like Gulper. So yeah, Dreamcatcher, you get her later in the game. We'll go over her design first. Her design just doesn't do it for me. She's just a floating head. I do really like her personality, and I like the voice actor. I don't know her name, but the voice actor that gave her a lot of life and personality. But other than that, the big bow doesn't really do it for me. The disembodied head doesn't really do it for me. It gives me a lot of questions. And then let's go over to her attacks, which I'm not a big fan of either. So her first attack is I don't know, sheep tornado or something like that. My main problem with it is it's hard to aim. And another thing is it just has such a big charge up. Like, she has to spin for a good amount of time before she can throw that sheep tornado. And then her second attack, I really still don't understand to this day what it does. They're like her little minions, but they don't stay out that long. And I really don't know how to use them effectively. I don't know if I'm just misunderstanding her character, but yeah, that hasn't really done it for me. The third attack I would say is her best. It's like a little swarm of clouds that will suck people in. But again, I'm never a big fan of those kinds of attacks. Like, they're great depending on the Skylander, but most of the time, you know, they aren't a big enough radius and they have a lot of charge time to them. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Dreamcatcher. Number 8.
Jumpy Mage.
Okay, number 8. This has gotta go to Jumpy Mage. So I will say this, that the Jumpy Mage in Trap Team is loads better than the character that we got in Imaginators. I'll go on and on about how I don't like the sensei, if you want to call it, version of Jumpy Mage. But yeah, let's go into this Jumpy Mage. So I do think he is pretty great. Again, you get him earlier on in the game, so he's not going to be as good as those later villains. So now let's get into his attack. So we got his first attack, which is just him slamming down his staff, which I think is really stupid. You know, you got a mage character, how about he uses some magic or something like that instead of just whacking people with his stick? But okay, that's his first attack. His second attack is my personal favorite, where he turns into the giant Chompy and then his arms flail around and you can do massive damage with the other attacks. You can jump and, you know, run over people. Something I will say about this is it does have a lot of charge up time and you can't use it for that long. I really wish you could just stay in this form forever, but eventually you do revert back to your regular old Jumpy Mage self. And that brings us to his third attack, which his third attack is he summons a bunch of eggs and that releases Chompies. It makes sense. The main problem with this attack is the charge up time, and it leaves you completely vulnerable and you're just standing there and you cannot move while you're doing it. The other thing is Chompies aren't that great to summon because they don't really do that much damage anyway. Their Chompies are the weakest enemies in the entire game, so it's not that effective of an attack anyway. But yeah, that's Jumpy Mage. Let's move on. Number 7.
Chef Pepperjack.
Alright, for number 7, we have Chef Pepperjack. He is one of my favorites of the Doom Raiders, but he is not my favorite. As you see, we have many numbers to get to. But yeah, so Chef Pepperjack, he has something over all the past entries, is that he has speed and power, which I love him for that. So let's go to his first attack. He just throws out tons of peppers around, and they do quite a bit of damage. They're like little grenades. And what I love about this attack is you don't have to aim it. It just goes everywhere, and you can throw them really quickly. Now, let's move on to his second attack, which is where he uses his whisker, I think it's called. Correct me in the comments if that is totally incorrect. But yeah, he uses this, and what I love about it is it gives you a nice speed boost. Speed is very important in Skylanders, in my opinion. But yeah, I love how you can get some extra speed, and it lasts for quite a while. I'm surprised how long this attack lasts. And it does a great deal of damage. You can just run people over if you're not using it for speed boost. And let's go on to his third attack. So his third attack, pretty generic fire Skylander attack, but yeah, just breathe fire. And what I love about this is you can just hold this down and keep on moving. This is vital because so many of the previous attacks you are standing still when it happens. But Chef Pepperjack is like, you know what, I'm just gonna walk around and have fire coming out of my mouth. And as far as I know, you can just continually hold this for quite a long time. You can't hold it forever. I don't think any attack really, except for like my boy Drobot, you can hold forever. But yeah, the fire, great attack, and you can just spin it around and do all sorts of cool things with it. So yeah, love Chef Pepperjack. Let's go on. Number 6.
Dr. Crankcase.
For number 6, this goes to Dr. Crankcase. And I will say I also love Dr. Crankcase in Imaginators as well. But yeah, we're going over his Trap Team variant. So first off, I love his design. It reminds me a lot of Spyrise, and I kind of want to think that they're cousins or something like that for it. But yeah, I love the octopus legs and the gun and the crazy tall hat. Just a great design overall. So now let's go into his attack. So like I said, speed is key. So let's go over to his first attack, which is a great speed boost. And it has quite a big radius of attack. So the first attack, he kind of just spins his legs and goes forward. And again, you can do this pretty quickly after you do it once. So again, great speed boost, will help you get out of the way, and it does a lot of damage. Alright, let's go on to his second attack. So his second attack is his gun. And a lot of these Skylanders that we mentioned before don't have the best long range attacks, but this is a great long range attack. You can just shoot it pretty quickly, and you shoot a number of shots at once. So I really like that, and again, the key thing here is you can keep moving while you're shooting this, which is vital. And let's go to his final attack, his third attack. I'm not the biggest fan of, but hey, it works for some reason. He has like Thor, the god of thunder powers, and can shoot lightning out of his hand for his third attack. It works. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but there you go. He shoots lightning out of his hand. So yeah, that's Dr. Crankcase. Let's go on number 5.
Golden Queen.
Alright, the number 5 slot will be taken up by Golden Queen. This is gonna be a controversial opinion, I feel like, but I still think there are better Doom Raiders than Golden Queen. She is one of the last ones that we get, so you would assume she would be amazing, and she is really fantastic, but again, there are ones that I love more. So let's talk about Golden Queen. Again, love her design, the whole Egyptian aesthetic, really great, and how she loves gold, and she can turn her enemies and stuff into gold. Alright, so let's start off with her first attack. So her first attack, she just does a little twirl. I don't know what everyone's obsession with twirling in Skylanders is, but that's what she does. It's an alright attack. It's not fantastic, but it's there. Let's move on to her second attack. So her second attack is my personal favorite of her attack. She shoots out this gold beam, and that turns all of her enemies into gold, which I think is incredibly cool. Like, what happens to you when you turn to gold? Like, it freaks me out. But anyway, so she turns them to gold, and then you can get money, and I like money. So you can turn your enemies into money, and yeah, it's a great attack. I love it. And then let's move on to her third attack, where she can create a turret. And I personally like this turret. It follows her around. That's a main problem with a lot of turrets in Skylanders, is that they just kind of stay there and then you put them in the wrong spot. But this one follows you, and I really like it. And yeah, I'd say the charge up time's like quite a bit, but it makes up for it that it can move along with you. So yeah, that's Golden Queen. Let's move on. Number 4.
Luminos.
Number 4, I'm going to say Luminos. I will probably say his name wrong, so I apologize. First off, I want to just say that I love his design. He looks so cool. I love the cape and the white and yellow design, and the way his attacks shoot out. Like, just beautiful looking character, let me say that. So let's get into his attacks. So I really love them, but I do have some problems with them. So his first attack is my personal favorite. He shoots out a beam straight, and then he moves it to the sides. This is great. It just takes a bit of planning. It does a lot of damage, but you just gotta keep in mind that it's gonna move sideways partially through the attack. And then we got his second attack, where he just shoves like diamonds down on people. It works. It just has a lot of charge up time. It's better as a long range attack, but yeah, it works. It does a lot of damage. Alright, and then let's go to his third attack. His third attack, another turret. I really wish that it lasted longer. What I do like about it is that you can shoot it to get it to continue to shoot more after it stops shooting, which is really cool. I did wish that it could follow you around, but it's still a great turret, and I love how big of a radius it has. So yeah, that's Luminos. Again, I just adore his design. Like, man, it's so cool. Alright, let's move on. Number 3.
Nightshade.
Nightshade gets number 3. I love Nightshade's design. He gives me huge Sly Cooper vibes, and again, the whole thief aesthetic, I'm just all for that. So let's get down to his attack. So his first attack, I'll call the pickpocket. Basically, he kind of reaches out at people and then he steals their money. And if you guys remember, I like money. So I really like this attack as well. And let's go to his second attack. He just chucks grenades at people, or cannonballs, whatever you want to call it. The thing I like about this is it's a very small grenade or cannonball, but it has quite a big range. Like, you would be surprised that I would throw this one way, not even near an enemy, and it would still hit them. So I love that. And then his third attack, which is also one of my favorites, is he can become invisible. And you can still throw your grenades and remain invisible. Once you do the pickpocket, it's over. And the thing I love about this attack is it lasts for quite a long time, and it's always great to just sneak past enemies, go back to somewhere safe. That's something I love about villains, is you can switch to them when your Skylanders low. Just change to Nightshade, sneak away to somewhere where you could get some health, and boom, there you go. Love Nightshade, great addition to the Doom Raiders. Let's move on. Number 2.
Wolfgang.
And this is going to my bad boy Wolfgang. I love Wolfgang to death. I think I've said this in my stream, but I love this boy so much. So let's get into it. His design is fantastic. When they revealed him in the first Trap Team trailer, I instantly fell in love with this beautiful boy. A werewolf that plays guitar? Sign me up. He looks massive and he is massively powerful. So let's get into his attack. So his first attack, he's swiping his guitar, we'll call it that. And it's got an awesome blade at the end, does a ton of damage, great attack. Although, let's get into the second attack where he does a slide and got the whole rock symbol going. I love this attack, perfect theming, and it does a ton of damage as well. So now let's go to his third attack, which is my personal favorite, where he just plays his guitar and deadly music notes just come out everywhere. Oh man, this attack is so much fun. Like, that's all Wolfgang's aesthetic. He's just so much fun. He's fun to play as and powerful to play as. Although, as much as I love my boy Wolfgang, there is one more Doom Raider that is way more powerful than him. Number 1.
Chaos.
And the number 1 slot is taken up by Emperor Chaos. Yeah, if you guys have ever played Trap Team and you have not used Chaos, you are truly missing out. Chaos is a beast to behold. And yeah, if you're gonna go in the comments and say that Chaos is not a Doom Raider, I'll fight you on that. Let's go. But for the purposes of this video, he is a Doom Raider. So let's get into Chaos. I'm not really gonna go into his design because it's Chaos. You guys know him by now. What is this, the 4th game in the series that we've had to deal with Chaos? But yeah, it's Chaos. So let's go to his first attack. The first attack, it shoots out so quickly. So what it does is you can get a random elemental attack. But the thing about it is you can hold down the attack and choose which elemental you want. What I like to do is choose Earth because in my opinion Earth is the strongest. But also you can go to Magic and that makes your meter go all the way back up, which means that you can use Chaos for even longer than any other villain in the game. So again, wonderful, wonderful attack. Like, the more you're using a villain, the better. Alright, then let's go to his second attack. So the second attack, Doom Sharks, I love it. Just this whole character and how he's just such a big callback to Spyro's Adventure. Oh, it hits me in the right spots, I'll tell you that. But yeah, Doom Sharks, they shoot fast and they have a great range and go pretty far. So I love this attack. And again, just love all the throwbacks to Spyro's Adventure. And speaking of another throwback to Spyro's Adventure, the giant floating head is his third attack, where he can shoot lasers and move around. I particularly don't use this attack as much just because the other two are just so much better, but the third attack is still really good. And yeah, that is all of the Doom Raiders ranked from best to worst. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to see how you guys would rank the Doom Raiders in the comments, and then we can argue about the placement of things. But yeah, hit me up with that. I also want to thank Skylanders Gamer TV for becoming a member and requesting this video. I just love hearing what you guys request and making them a reality. So yeah, that's all I have for today. I will see you guys later. Bye! Before I go, I would like to give a huge shout out to my Psyduck gods, where we got Skylanders Gamer TV and Jack Craft. I'd also like to give a shout out to my Power Rangers, where we got Ignite the Fire and Blue. And I would also like to thank all of my Gusto Cult members. I am so blessed by the generosity of all of you. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.